We have another situation where either Trump is lying or Trump is incompetent, and I will leave it to you to decide. Donald Trump was asked about one of the greatest breaches in informational and national security that I can remember in an administration, the inclusion in a text thread about war plans of the Atlantic's editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg. Trump got asked about it at an event he did yesterday. This was hours after the story broke, and Trump goes, I have no idea what this is about. I haven't heard a thing about it. There are two possibilities here. Number one, Trump is lying, and he was making the calculated prediction that this wouldn't blow up and become a bigger story, and maybe he could get out of even having to answer for it. Or Donald Trump genuinely doesn't know what's going on in his administration. Now, what makes it a really difficult choice is that Trump lies all the time. And also, Donald Trump seems to be increasingly a mere figurehead in his own administration. So it's genuinely difficult to decipher which of the two it is. Let's take a look at the clip.
Your reaction to the story in The Atlantic that said that some of your top cabinet officials and aides had been discussing very sensitive material through Signal and included an Atlantic reporter for that. What is your response to that?
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of The Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine, but I know nothing about it. You're saying that they had what?
They were using Signal to coordinate on
Trump doesn't know what Signal is.
sensitive materials and
Having to do with what? Having to do with what? What were they talking about?
with the Houthis.
The Houthis? You mean the attack on the Houthis?
Right.
Well, it couldn't have been very effective because the attack was very effective. I can tell you that. I don't know anything about it. You're telling me about it for the
This is their go-to.
first time.
You're telling me about it for the first time, Trump says there. Sorry, I paused at the wrong moment. Their go-to, Trump's reflex, is attack the media outlet. Attack the media outlet. And of course, by this point, officials in Trump's administration had already confirmed that the story is accurate. Now, is it possible that Donald Trump genuinely knows nothing about it or didn't know anything about it at the time? It is possible. I don't really know that Trump is doing anything or running anything at this point in time. The amount of golf he's playing and the number of sporting events that he's attending make it very clear that he is not spending a lot of time being president, and he seems not really interested in being president. So it's completely conceivable that Trump has lost control and has no idea what's happening in his administration. It's also possible, because Trump does it all the time, when he doesn't want to address something, he just goes, I'm hearing about it for the first time. I don't know a thing about it. I don't know a thing about it. But the instinct to attack the media, he hears The Atlantic, he goes, The Atlantic's no good. Discredited, it's bad. That becomes the problem. Trump was also asked during this event about the new targeting of law firms by his administration's Department of Justice. And Trump says they've done bad things and we are going to have to do what we're doing. And it is part of the growing, chilling, authoritarian attack on lawyers and on the media and a free press and protesters. It's checking all the boxes of the authoritarian nightmare that Trump wants this country to become. Let's play the clip.
What's your message to the big corporate clients of the big law firms that you've targeted with your executive orders? Do you want those big corporate clients to find new lawyers?
I just think that the law firms have to behave themselves, and we've proven that. We have others that want to make a settlement also. They, having to do with the election and other things, they behave very badly, very wrongly, and I appreciate the one, these are the biggest firms, and they all came back realizing that they did wrong, and that's why they're doing this. So I just think they have to behave. We have to straighten out our country. We have to straighten out our elections. Our elections are very dishonest, very corrupt, and we have to straighten it out, and it's so easy to do it, and we should go to paper ballots.
Now Trump goes into election disinformation. Here's what I want to sort of propose to you. When an elected official is hostile to, seems afraid of, wants to attack courts, law firms, media outlets, these are signs that he wants to be a dictator. I'm not hyperbolically saying we are now a dictatorship. What I'm saying is that when your choices for who you attack, and by the way, I would add to lawyers, courts, and media outlets adversarial to you, I would add traditional Western liberal democracies that are our historical allies. They become a target. And then on the other hand, Who do you seem most adoring of? Who do you seem to be the biggest fan of? I don't even need to tell you. It's like a broken record. It's the Putins, etc. of the world. These are very bad signs. Very bad signs. Those who respect democracy, and I don't want to romanticize George W. Bush every time I say something about George W. Bush that's not uniquely negative. People write in, they go, David, you're wearing rose-colored glasses and looking back. I'm not normalizing or defending anything Bush did, but there was no point where Bush expressed a hostility towards a free press or the courts, right? He would try to use the courts to his advantage, but he always respected the decisions of courts. He didn't try to go around that. There was a lot of shady stuff that he did, but ultimately the rule of law remained in that sense. When it came to a free press, Bush said, I don't like a lot of this stuff. It'd be easier without a free press. It'd be easier if I was a dictator, Bush said. But there was not this amount of hostility. So Bush was bad, but this is an authoritarian nightmare. Finally, Trump, getting a little worked up, refers to Steve Scalise as Skeeve. I kind of like that.
Doing all right, Skeeve. I tell you, he went through a lot, and he's stronger than ever.
Skeevy Skeeve. Yes. So Donald Trump, is he actually in charge of anything? I don't know at this point. The David Pakman Show's finances have gotten hacked before. I've talked about it on the show. The hacker stole a bunch of money. It was not a good feeling. I worry a lot less now that I use Aura. Our sponsor, Aura, gives me peace of mind by providing some critical layers of security. They continuously monitor the dark web and let me know if information's been exposed, logins, social security numbers, etc. They tell me quickly if anybody tries to use that information to access credit or bank accounts. And Aura also gives me up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. And Aura also helps me stay safe from getting hacked in the first place with their award-winning anti-malware software, which I can use on all of my devices. And Aura has parental controls for kids' devices to restrict apps or manage screen time, set focus time. A lot of these things all packaged together in a super easy to use format. Try Aura free for 2 weeks at aura.com/Pakman. It only takes a few seconds using the free trial to see if your usernames and passwords are already on the dark web. The link is in the description.